Sir, the cabbie said in heavily accented English as Jack slammed the taxi door shut behind him. Those people were... Drive. They were there first and... Jack slammed the plastic partition between them and shot him his best glare. Drive, goddammit. The guy hesitated, then his dark features registered the truth that he wasn't going to win this one. Where? There, Jack pointed uptown, where the cab was facing. Anywhere, just move. As the cab pulled into the bustling morning traffic on Central Park West, Jack twisted to peer through the rear window. The couple he'd shoved out of the way to commandeer the taxi stood at the curb, huddling against the March wind as they stared after him in open-mouthed shock, but they seemed to be the only ones. Good, as if anything about this could be called good. He faced front again and checked his arm. His left deltoid hurt like hell. He noticed a bullet hole in the sleeve of his beloved beat-up bomber jacket. He reached inside, touched a really tender spot. His fingers came out bloody. Swell. Just swell. This was not how the day was supposed to go. It had begun serenely enough. Shower, coffee and Kaisers with Gia, then a trip to Central Park West to drop in on the lady. He knew certain forces wanted to rid the world of her and had almost succeeded a couple of weeks ago, but he'd never expected an armed ambush. After finding the lady's apartment empty, he'd taken the stairs one floor up to Villiers' floor. Even though he could call him Glaeken now, he'd trained himself to think of him as Villiers, and Villiers only, for over a year, so shifting to his real name was going to take a little time. He knocked on the steel door at the top step. Hello? Come in, Jack, said a voice from somewhere on the other side. It's open. Inside, he found Glaeken slumped in an easy chair in the apartment's great room, sipping coffee as he stared out at the morning sky through the panoramic windows. Jack slowed as he approached, struck by his appearance. He was as big as ever, his shoulders just as broad, his hair as gray, his eyes as blue. But he looked older today. Okay, the guy was old. He measured his age in millennia. But this morning, in this unguarded moment, he looked it. Jack hadn't been by since the internet mess. Could Glaeken have aged so much since then? You okay? He straightened and smiled, and some, but not all, of the extra years dropped away. Fine, just tired. Magda had a bad night. His aged wife's memory had been slipping away for years and was little more than vapor now. Glaeken radiated devotion to her, and Jack knew he'd hoped they'd grow old together. The old part had worked out, but not the together. Glaeken was alone. Someone named Magda might be in a bedroom down the hall, but the mind of the woman he'd fallen in love with had left the building. Didn't the nurse... Yes, she did what she could, but sometimes I'm the only one who can calm her. Jack shook his head. Like the old guy needed more stress in his life. Have you seen the lady? I stopped in to check on how she's doing, but her place is empty. She occupied the apartment just below. Couldn't say she lived here because the lady wasn't alive in the conventional sense. You just missed her. Glaeken gestured to the window. She went for her morning walk in the park. Really? When did she start that? Almost a week now. Jack stepped to the glass and stared down at Central Park, far below. A little to the left, ringed by winter bare trees, the grass of the sheep meadow showed brown through patches of leftover snow. I take it she's recovering then. Still weak, but feeling a little stronger every day. Well, I guess after being wheelchair-bound and damn near dead a couple of weeks ago, that's not bad. Would that I had a fraction of her resilience. Jack scanned the park but couldn't pick her out. Even though the park was relatively empty due to the cold, the strollers looked too small from up here. All his uncles looked like ants, as the joke went. Can you spot her? Glaeken